Good day everyone. I am Police Captain Darrel Dumosmog, and today I will be discussing with you the subject on the fundamentals of social media exploration and analysis. This subject includes an introduction and brief history of social media, definition of social media and its effect to the current trends in the PNP, development of best practices to the use of social media, roles of social media in crime prevention, terrorist use of internet in the Philippines, sample documentation on person of interest, and evidence capture process. For our desired results, by the end of this course, the participants are expected to have a brief understanding on the importance of social media in their daily personal lives and law enforcement practice, know the proper techniques, tactics, and procedures in conducting social media exploration and analysis, and familiarize the use of social media exploration and analysis tools such as Atom Time Pro, Snagit, HashMyFiles, and other open source softwares. Now, before we move any further, please allow me to show a video relative to our subject. that's it for the video. There are two kinds of people in the world. Those who think. There are two kinds of people and those who don't. People who tell computers what to do and people who are told by computers what to do. People who know social media and those who don't. Bulletin board systems are one of the first forms of social media in the late 1970s. They are hosted on personal computers and are accessible to one person at a time. BBS was the first kind of website that allows users to log on and connect with each other. It remained famous until the end of 1990s. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are just a few of the most famous social media platforms that exist in this century. With Facebook leading the list, billions of people have been using social media since it boomed. As long as there are cell phones, tablets, computers, and internet connection, people can easily connect with each other from anywhere through social media. Some may even have multiple accounts registered on one social media platform. Approximately 72% of the internet users seek health information online. Nearly 77% of those seeking online health information began their quest with a search engine such as Yahoo, Google, etc. Framework of social media. Due to the rapid adoption of social media, here are social media framework aimed to empower business and communicate beyond social media. Social media frameworks aid comprehension of workflow experiences by describing their components. It is also optimized social media workflow in an easier way since a framework may include components that are applicable to all. Identity. Are the same person online or offline? With the growing popularity of online social networks, they have brought with them developments in identity construction in the form of users creating an avatar or second self. Conversation. Start a conversation on social media. Start discussions on recent industry issues. Ask a question. Start a debate. Sharing. Know what, when, and how to share. Presence. Social media presence refers to how they post and engage on all of their accounts. It refers to how frequently you post, the type of content posted, and the levels of engagement on your social media accounts. Relationships. While social media can be a great way to connect with those we haven't seen in the past and keep track with family, coworkers, and friends, it can have some negative side effects, especially when it comes to our romantic lives. Be conscious of how you engage with social media and use it sparingly. Avoid focusing too much on the past and live your life with your current partner in a meaningful way and not to the purpose of perfect post. Reputation. Social media reputation management demands regular attention and strategy as it's part of a long-term process that starts with building profiles for the first time or optimizing existing profiles. Groups. A group is a feature in many social networking services which allows users to create, post, comment to, and read from their own interest. Introduction. The 21st century is becoming known as an age of technology. The 21st century is becoming known as an age of technology, and one of the most important and complex types of new technology is social media. At its core, social media is a tool for communication that has become an integral part of daily life for people of all ages. Social media accounts for 22% of time spent on the internet, and even among people aged 65 and older, who are not generally considered prime users of new technologies, 1 in 4 people are now active on a social media website. Law enforcement agencies, like many other types of organizations, are finding ways to use social media to disseminate information to the public. Law enforcement agencies also have begun to explore the use of social media to obtain information, especially for tactical purposes, such as gathering information about threats of mob violence, riots, and isolated criminal activity during otherwise lawful mass demonstrations or even terrorism. The history of social media is relatively new, but it wasn't Facebook or Twitter, two of the most popular social media sites, who started it. It all began back in 1969. Yes, that long ago. CompuServe was one of the first major commercial internet providers in the US. They used the technology known as dial-up to connect to the web. It was the dominant force during the 80s and part of the 90s until others started to catch up. In 1990s, social media was unheard, but when MySpace gained prominence in early 2000s, it changed history. At present, there are about 3 billion internet users in the world, and half of it is the world's population, several of which are through mobile phones. There are 2.1 billion of the world's population has access to the internet. The Philippines is considered the 8th biggest user of Facebook in the world among the Facebook countries. Almost one out of every 4 Filipinos has a Facebook account, and 5 Filipinos open a Facebook account per minute, and that is according to Rappler.com. Apparently, the criminals and terrorist organizations likewise use social media to their advantage to proliferate their wrongful acts and seek recognition and support from overseas entities. It has been an emerging concern in need of immediate attention, of which the Philippine government has took action. Facebook started its history when it was first launched in Harvard in 2004. It quickly spread to other schools, and by 2008, it had become the most famous social media platform, and it still continues to grow rapidly. It allows its users to post content and personalize their profiles over the years. It has added many fresh features that made it even more popular. People could also use private messaging as well as add various posts to their walls. It is even easier for them to change the settings of their account based on their own discretion. The ads platform has now made it available for marketers to reach their audiences like never before. Twitter came in 2006. It was originally designed as a mobile SMS platform. It has upgraded since then and now has over 300 million active users monthly. LinkedIn, founded in 2003, first used mainstream networks for business. It allows postings and interacting through the private messaging. LinkedIn has now added new options like groups, new profiles, forums, videos, online platforms, etc. for easier use and greater scale. Facebook's road to world dominance. Facebook, however, is the first major dominant product in the history of technology, where the main reason for choosing it has almost nothing to do with product quality or by the attributes created by the company. Relative product quality has nothing to do with their choice of social network. They choose Facebook because their friends, family, and colleagues are on Facebook, and not because it has better features or services. A new social network can enter the market and be demonstrably superior in every possible way, and it has always zero chance against Facebook. Precisely because people don't choose all-purpose networks based on the relative virtues of the product. It doesn't matter if a competitor is better than Facebook. Facebook wins because it has a monopoly on everybody. First, Facebook's monopoly on everybody means the company is in the position to abuse users without losing them. Second, Facebook monopoly of everybody forces competitors. Second, Facebook's monopoly on everybody forces competitors to actively contribute to Facebook's continued and growing dominance. If you're a competitive social network not backed by a giant company, you have to support Facebook or go out of business. Small social networks like Instagram, Squarespace, or any social service coming online absolutely must support Facebook or face extinction. By supporting Facebook, they can increase their competitors' dominance. And third, Facebook's monopoly on everybody unlevels the playing field and represents a barrier to entry to new competitors. Why are cat videos so popular? In 2015, an internet research company called RealSeo released a study which monitored watching of cat videos on YouTube. Since 19 May 2006, when the first cat video upload occurred, there are 2 million uploads of cat videos to the site. Cats are a savvy business investment as they are the most watched animal online. But it is hard to argue there are more cat lovers than dog lovers. For example, felines are watched more than any other online. Funny cat videos are shared across platforms and they are universal. They're tweeting behind your back. So how did Twitter become such a worldwide phenomenon? A co-founder of Barcamp, an annual workshop for hackers, Messina suggested using the hashtag as a simple way to guide conversation among attendees. Decided to lead a grassroots movement writing detailed blog posts about hashtags benefits, drawing mock-ups of hashtag channels and using hashtags everywhere. In fact, co-workers who noticed Messina using hashtags everywhere. Hashtags gradually gained traction as third-party applications such as Sumize. Let me give you my business card. LinkedIn is a social networking site designed specifically for the business community. The goal of the site is to allow registered members to establish and document network of people they know and trust professionally. A LinkedIn member has a profile page which emphasizes skills, employment history, and education, has profile or professional network news feeds, and a limited number of customable modules. Basic membership for LinkedIn is free. Network members are called connections. Unlike other free social networking sites, like Facebook or Twitter, LinkedIn requires connections to have a pre-existing relationship. With basic membership, a member can only establish connections with some he has worked with, knows professionally, or is glad to school with. Connections up to 3 degrees away. Don't be fooled or be fooled. Are you worried about your online privacy? Have you checked your privacy settings on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Instagram recently? As law enforcers, we are using social media in crime prevention and control. However, we still need to be conscious of our own privacy. In this day and age, it is too easy for hackers to get a hold of your personal information. It is from this step that they can take away or control over your profile. Facebook Privacy tab. You can access the privacy settings by clicking down an arrow in the right portion of Facebook. Simply click on the settings and then select Privacy Settings. Twitter's privacy settings are very simple. Either you have a private account or you do not. By default, the Protect My Tweet setting is off. LinkedIn privacy setting is a little different from Facebook and Twitter. Still, you have some choices. To change your privacy, scroll over your setting buttons in the top right corner and select Privacy and Settings. YouTube accounts are connected with the real name of their owner. Punch your name in Google, and one of the first results will be your YouTube account, complete with a feed containing all the videos you viewed and channels you've subscribed to over the past few years. Now moving further, please allow me to show you a video on the amazing mind reader.
Dag Fien. Het is gewoon. Ik zie een school tegen Antwerpen.
Ja.
Insecten.
Dat blieft?
Ik voel 2 insecten op je rug. Kan dat?
Ja, vlinders.
Slovenie?
Zo hè.
Een moto, oranje.
Pas erop.
Zenit.
Oui, bien.
Je hebt een vriendin, Julie de
Ja.
een boeiend liefdesleven. 3, 4 zelfs.
De vierde, daar zwijg ik meestal over, dus dat weten niet veel mensen.
Hoe is het met je spierscheur? Maison rouge, balkon, blanc. Ja. Ik zie geld, ik zie transacties, maar kent je rekeningnummer van buiten? Ik denk dat ik het wel weet. Die staat wel negatief op je bankrekening.
Ja?
9-7. Last month, you spent €200 on alcohol. Vorige maand €300 aan kleding gespendeerd. 8.
Ja.
5. Voor een huis dat van eigenaar gaat veranderen. €795.000.
Ja, eigenlijk.
41.
Ja.
Is dat juist?
Ja, dat is juist. Oh my god. Oh man. Ah, dat is, ik weet niet hoe eng.
As shown in the video, there are certainly so many things that you could be known about. Regarding the personal details, if you are using social media in a very public way, keep in mind that it is only us who can decide on what we'd like others to know about us by setting the limitations on what information about us could be publicly made available. Cyberbullying and other hazards of social media. Cyberbullying is the use of digital technologies with intent to repeatedly offend, humiliate, threaten, harass, or deliberately abuse somebody. Examples of cyberbullying include nasty messages posted online anonymously or sent through mobile phones, comments or posts about you, being left out and excluded from online forums and groups. The prevention of cyberbullying is often neglected. Adoption of proper prevention method may eliminate cyberbullying if not complete elimination. It would be responded back or taken care of. The following 3 prevention techniques can be considered. Follow your child on social media. Awareness. And cyberbullying prevention and child privacy violation is inversely proportional. Examples of social media platforms as shown in the slide includes Facebook, Wikipedia, LinkedIn, and all others. What's new in social media? Snapchat was created by Evan Spiegel, Bobby Murphy, and Reggie Brown, former students at Stanford University. It has become known for representing a new mobile-first direction for social media and places significant emphasis on users interacting with virtual stickers and augmented reality objects. As of March 2020, Snapchat had 229 million daily active users, an average more than 4 billion snaps are sent each day. Snapchat is known to be popular among the younger generations, particularly those below the age of 16, leading to many privacy concerns for parents. Reddit is a social media platform which enables you to submit content and later vote for the content. The voting determines whether the content moves up or down, which is ultimately organized based on the areas of interest, known as subreddits. WhatsApp is a great social app, and this was founded since it launched in 2009. WhatsApp has quickly become the world's most popular text and voice messaging application, focusing on cross-platform messaging. WhatsApp is a free service that allows users to seamlessly send messages between mobile and desktop services. The WhatsApp is known for its privacy feature. WhatsApp is known for its privacy feature, which is an end-to-end encryption and free web-based international call app. Read on to learn how to make free international calls from Facebook on messages giants. Telegram is a cloud-based instant messaging and voice over IP service. Telegram client apps are available for Android, iOS, Windows, and iPhone. TikTok is a Chinese sharing social media network service owned by ByteDance, a Beijing-based internet technology company founded in 2012 by Zhang Yiming. It is used to create short dance, lip sync, comedy, and talent videos. ByteDance first launched Douyin for the China market in September 2016. Later, TikTok was launched in 2017 for iOS and Android market outside of China. It became available in the United States after merging with Musical.ly on August 2, 2018. TikTok and Douyin are similar to each other, but run on separate servers to comply with Chinese censorship restrictions. Definition of social media and effects to the trends in the PNP. First, we have to define the definition of social media. So what is social media? Social part refers to interacting with other people by sharing information with them and receiving information from them. Media part refers to an instrument of communication like the internet. Social media are web-based communication tools that enable people to interact with each other by both sharing and consuming information. Another definition of social media is that it is an umbrella term that defines the various activities that integrate technology, social interaction, and the construction of words, pictures, and audios. Media is an instrument of communication, so social media would be a social channel for communication. Effects of social media to the current trends in the PNP. Social media, the internet, and law enforcement accordingly has the benefit of maintaining a Facebook page, a Twitter, or any platform that allows public communication between police and their community. Having a social media presence can benefit your department and community by building a trustworthy relationship and a sense of community by engaging with each other, gaining control over the department's reputation with the community, providing a forum for people to ask questions and for you to share tips you otherwise wouldn't share, and spread knowledge quickly and with minimal effort that could protect your community, help catch suspects, and find missing persons. Development of best practices through the use of social media. Social media awareness. Social media is here to stay. It is like many other technologies when first introduced, though the rapid growth in the acceptance of this technology is unlike other technology introductions. Like so many other things, the use of social media can be used for good or can be abused. However, the benefits of sharing news and knowledge, keeping in contact, expanding one's network, seems so far to outweigh the risk. The persona you create in social media should be an accurate reflection of the real you and should be sharing things that would not be embarrassing if your loved ones were to see them. By leveraging the security preference and access options, you can limit how much of you and what you share is able to be seen and by whom. You can also tailor what is and how information comes to you. Social media best practices. The kind of content to publish and share, tips, tricks, responses, non-promotional company information, job openings, and jokes are the things that you could secure in your social media account. The contents that are allowed to share is based on the frequency of updates. Building a reputation around these three qualities is part of what goes into building relationships. Show up, be human, don't be exclusionary, be off topic and value. Practice etiquette and be aware of current events. Preparation, response and measurement, recovery, and prevention are also one of the important things. Crimes involving social media. Sextortion refers to the broad category of sexual exploitation in which abuse of power is the means of coercion, as well as to the category of social exploitation in which threat and release of sexual images is the means of coercion. Example, Filipino gang. A young UK man named Simon admitted feeling embarrassed when he was the victim of sextortion. He was dubbed into being recorded masturbating and a gang in the Philippines tried to extort him for €600. The gang had the contact details of his friends, family, and work colleagues, so he paid them part of the ransom. Scams, particularly effective at drawing people in by simply enticing an individual to click on a link that would interest almost anyone, such as an email losing notification that you've won a prize like a gift card. For example, free Wi-Fi hotspots are not always secure and can lead to hackers accessing your passwords and banking information. Cyberbullying, a common occurrence among teenagers on Facebook and one that can result in serious criminal charges if it goes far enough. This could include hacking or password of Cyberbullying is a common occurrence among teenagers on Facebook and one that can result in serious criminal charges if it goes far enough. This could include hacking or of password and identity theft. Example, cyberbullying statistics in the Philippines is about 50% adult, 47 minor, and object of attacks are reputation, appearance, and victims' opinions. This could also include spreading Photoshop images, spreading videos that are supposedly private, and spreading lies. Stalking is on around a lot on Facebook and is often met as a joke or regularly looking at someone's profile. However, the actual act of cyber stalking is a common crime on the social networking site and can result in serious offense. Example, in July 2014-2011, a 12-year-old Washington girl was sentenced in Washington for probation and community service for a cyber stalking incident in which she and other 11-year-old girl doctored a classmate's Facebook account with explicit photos and solicitation for sex. Robbery. It doesn't take much for a thief to find out where you live, go to school, work or hang out if you make that information readily available on your social media account. So take for example like you were having a vacation in Boracay and then you are posting all of your pictures online saying that I miss home. So glad to be in Boracay. So some people might be looking in your social media account and with the information that you post online, They will basically have an idea that you're out of town and that nobody might be in your house, so they could take advantage of the situation. Identity theft. With the large amount of personal information swarming around Facebook these days, it has been fairly easy for criminals to steal others' identities. So, if you are publicly posting all of your information, then hackers could come and break into your emails or Facebook account and steal your identity. With this, they could use your account, create a new one, and then pretend to be as you while they are formulating a criminal act. Defamation. An individual commits the crime of defamation when they commit or communicate a false statement to a third party that paints another individual or entity in a negative light. Harassment. This happens all the time in Facebook and other social media platforms. From sexual harassment to assault threats, there has been a significant increase in the number of harassment cases happening in Facebook. For example, a state appellate court panel has affirmed a ruling by a trial judge who decided criminal charges were appropriate in the case of a teenager who posted on social media website lewd comments about another girl. Three judges with the Pennsylvania Superior Court affirmed on August 2 an early judgment by the Lebanon County Commons Police Court. Three judges with the Pennsylvania Superior Court confirmed in a case involving Lindsay Marie Cox, an 18-year-old girl who posted a comment on her Facebook account saying that the other teen had sexually transmitted disease, genital herpes. Online libel, wherein a person or entity will post something in words or pictures which can prove false and is intended to harm the reputation of another by intending to bring the target into ridicule, hatred, scorn, or contempt. This may be arrested, detained, and imprisoned because of libel. Example: online threats and libel complaints mostly make use of social media sites like Facebook and Twitter, but threats made using cell phones, like the gun for hire, modus operandi reported in recent months, also fall under the scope of the investigation. Advantages of using social media. Ability to connect to other people all over the world. One of the major benefits of social media is that you can connect with people all over the world for free. This comes in handy if you have friends who have traveled the world. Easy and instant communication. You can send them messages on Facebook or Twitter, and they can respond quickly from wherever they are. Social media helps to fortify and maintain your personal relationships, even with people who are far away from you. Real-time news and information discovered. If you have a family member that's traveling, you won't have to wait until they return to hear about their adventures. Just hop on Facebook and start chatting, exchanging pictures. Opportunities and business. Social media is such a unique tool for reaching the perfect audience and easily interacting with customers around the world. So many people spend time every day on social media, so it's best way to know you're reaching as many people as possible at any given time. General fun and enjoyment. Users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content such as video. Disadvantages of using social media. Information overwhelm. Overwhelmed by all the posts, videos, and pictures while searching for something online. Totally forget what you actually planned on doing because you get distracted by all the exciting content that you find. Privacy issues. Privacy concerns with social network sites is a subset of data privacy, involving the right of mandating personal privacy concerning storing, repurposing. Privacy concerns with social networking services is a subset of data privacy, involving the right of mandating personal privacy concerning storage, repurposing, provision to third parties, and displaying of information pertaining to oneself by the Internet. Social peer pressure and cyberbullying. Peer pressure is being pressured to do the things you don't really want to do, but in fact feel compelled to do simply because everyone else is doing it. Likewise, peer pressure can also be influenced through social media. Social media was never meant to be a negative tool, but society has caused it to be that just. In the old days, people got picked on face-to-face, shoved around and bullied, but being bullied behind your screen through social media is just as bad. Today we get hurt by the words of others, rumors being spread, nasty things being said, sometimes even by the very ones we call friends. Online interaction, substitution for offline interaction. awash in technology. Anyone can hide behind the text, the email, the Facebook post, or the tweet, projecting any image they want and creating an illusion of their choosing. They can be whoever they want to be, and without the ability to receive nonverbal cues, their audiences are none the wiser. Distraction and procrastination. The advent of video games, online gaming, social media texting, and their link have had profound effects on how we relate, and in some cases how we fail to relate to each other and the world around us. These advances in the technology of entertainment have provided new avenues of distraction and thus procrastination. And although distraction is as old as the many desires that clamor for human attention, the particular forms which distraction now take were not known to previous generations. Sedentary lifestyle habits and sleep disruption. The relationship between social media and sleep is complex. Researchers have been careful to note the relationship between social media and sleep is one of the correlation, not causation. Many factors play into it, including social media-induced depression, internet addiction, and stress, all of which can cause sleep problems in their own right. On an emotional level, social media is tied to depression and stress, two of the largest contributors to insomnia. Social media also disturbs sleep on a physical level. To use social media, one must be on their phone or computer, and blue light from these electronic devices, especially at night, interferes with the body natural interferes with the body's natural circadian rhythms. Whichever way you look at it, however, there appears to be strong positive correlation between social media use and sleep problems. Role of social media in crime prevention. This includes promotion of crime events, posting crime prevention tips, developing a crime prevention blog, hosting a crime prevention web chat, and creating a crime prevention podcast. Use of social media for terrorism. Why do terrorists use social media? On what purpose does terrorists use the internet? Basically, they use social media because it is accessible, no strict regulation and control, it is worldwide anonymous, fast speed of information, interactive, low cost, multimedia, and considered to be source of information. Terrorism uses social media on purposes of psychological war, propaganda, networking, recruitment, financial collection, data information mining, delivery instruction, and discussion for both individually or group. For the terrorist use of internet intelligence. Terrorist organizations in the Philippines have utilized the use of technology, particularly the internet and social media, to show the world of their authority. As a better medium of communication and spreading of propaganda which reaches millions of viewers, it has caused them to achieve greater heights of influence. Terrorist groups have made the full use of the internet's ability to create funds, whether legitimate or otherwise. Recruitment has also been made easier and extensive through the use of social media, and they even entice their audience with their display entertaining videos and photos. To justify their cause, they post photos of glorified IS members in different social media sites. And their display of armaments sends a message to the public of their enormous strength. Boasting of movement or activity has been one of their ways to show the world that they are definitely in existence. To further validate their idealism, they post photos of their casualties and equate it to martyrdom in the name of jihad. And posting of group associations links them from one group to the other. Sample actual operation. So as you see in the information state that on July 25, 2016 at about 3 p.m., a male person who did not identify himself called the DFAI and conveyed that there is a Filipino named Lorna Lopez Reyes who flew by the Native Airlines and has recently threatened to put an anthrax to the drinking water of President Roa Duterte. Now through open source, we were able to conduct a validation of the said location, wherein it said that the call was indeed made in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Physical location of the caller stated that in the said building there are 3 commercial offices such as the Axis Salon and Spa, Krum, Attorney Law In the said building, there are 3 commercial offices such as the Axis Salon and Spa, a lawyer's office, Saint Community Health Service, and this is located at Cooper Avenue North, West Albuquerque, New Mexico. We conducted further identity check through the use of Family Tree Now and searched for the name Lorna Lopez Reigns. Further, Facebook search was conducted to a person name, and it revealed an FB account belonging to a certain Lorna Lopez Reigns with details shown. In the said account, we were able to see that the subject has a daughter named Lisa. Now, these are types of behavior that you would like to observe online when people are calling each other with endearment. So basically, this gives you an idea as to their relationship, whether they call it ate, tita, aunt, or mom. In one of the photos tagged to the said subject was a tag photo of May de la Cruz Mangitwa. Now, we conducted another search on the said account and discovered that based on the photo provided from Davao Light Bill, which stated their complete name as Marites de la Cruz Mangitmot, and the Davao City Water District Bill, which revealed her address, which is located at Santo Niño Compound, Matina, Davao City, we were able to identify that the subject Lorna Lopez Reigns was indeed linked to an individual who is Marites Manglikmot, who is based in Davao City. With this information, we have reasonable grounds to believe that the one we are looking at is most likely the right person. Now, looking through the photo, we were able to see a comment by a certain Maria Lopez Reigns saying that ganda talaga ng ate ko. Now, it is with this comment that we were able to identify that Maria Lopez Reigns is a possible sister of Lorna Lopez Reigns. Social media exploration was conducted on the same account, which revealed that Maria Lopez Reigns made a travel to Davao City based on the comments in his Facebook account saying, "Ako durian lang po, masena. Samahan mo na din ng t-shirt, XXL lang." For general assessments, methods of capturing social media exploitation as evident in courts is still new, and this should test the laws here in the Philippines. Countering violent extremism efforts through the social media platform should be formulated to deny the wrong teachings of Islamic State-inspired groups in the Philippines from proliferating. Terrorist groups in the Philippines will continue to exploit the use of social media platforms to spread their propaganda materials, recruit new members, justify their wrongful acts, and even establish overseas connections for possible funding. The fight against the Islamic State is not just undertaken in the battlefield, but also in cyberspace. Social media is totally not technology-based. Social media exploration is not totally technology-based. This is a collaboration of technology and good old-fashioned police work, an integration of open source information and human source intelligence. Now, as we go along with conducting social media exploration and analysis, let us keep in mind that law enforcement use of social media to aid in criminal investigations will continue to be an important tool in preventing crime and identifying evidence and individuals associated with criminal activity. Law enforcement use of social media to aid in criminal investigations will continue to be an important tool in preventing crime and identifying evidence and individuals associated with criminal activity. Our way forward is to target the man and not the machine, because people are vain, greedy, and loves attention. Work in partnership with people in the front lines to develop good targets, from online environment to live tangible police operations. Social media is influential, it's powerful, and it's here to stay. Moving forward, I would like to discuss the evidence capture process. Now, we will be creating an evidence folder, which is a temporary folder created on our desktop, and this is where we would be saving our files as we go along with social media exploration and analysis. So you could save materials directly to an external storage or device if you wish to do so. For evidence capturing software, My question is, what is the difference between screen capture and screen recording? So basically, screen capture software allows you to take screenshots at a particular date and time, while screen recording software allows you to record activity as a video, wherein you could review all your files after saving a portion video. Evidence capturing software includes Atom Time Pro, Snagit, and HashMy files. Now, Atom Time Pro is a Windows application which will connect to the atomic time clock time server in Boulder, Colorado via the internet and fetch the current atomic clock value. So the time cannot be manipulated to display anything other than the correct time as per the atomic clock server. Now, what is important with this atomic time clock is that you will be able to present in court that the evidence you collected via conducting social media exploration and analysis are captured at a certain date and time wherein it can never be altered. Unlike with your time and date with your computer, which you can basically set to another date and time, and that would not be that would not be credible as a presentation of evidence in court. Settings time the settings time displayed could be local or GMT. So you can see it should be clock match. So the time clock server and your local PC's time should be matched. Note, to synchronize, you need to run the application as administrator by right-clicking on the application icon and selecting Run as Administrator. So basically, this allows the software to adjust to the time setting with your personal computer or laptops. Snagit allows you to convert what is seen on the computer screen into an image or PDF file for offline viewing. Now, Snagit is a screen capture software wherein you could capture everything that you do with your computer via regional, window, or scrolling web page. Now, this will be further illustrated in our practical exercises. So, these are some of the features of Snagit, when it has a shortcut buttons or the toggle tab, which you can display anywhere in the screen of your laptop or personal computer. So this can be used to record images as video or screen capture. So different types of capture can also be selected. Now, hashing files. Now this is important to ensure that the reports that you make are properly preserved, and if alterations are made, could be proven through the HashMy file software. So for evidence integrity process, your file should be captured as evidence, input it in the program, you screenshot the hash value of the program. We will be showing this later on through the practical exercises. You save the file with captured evidence, and it is preferred to burn it in a CD so that it will not be altered, and seal the exhibit in a disk. Now question, why do we use compact disk as opposed to USB thumb drives to transfer data? Basically, this is to reduce the likelihood of spreading malware from non-attributed high-risk machines onto classified systems. So single write media will not allow data to be modified once it is written, and human laziness dictates that USB keys are likely to have other data on them, and this data could be read by a compromised system or inserting the USB keys. Always scan before copying data on classified system. Now this is to ensure that your files and your computers are protected before you insert anything on it. Once again, good day everyone. This time we will be showing to you what are the proper ways of using social media through your personal laptop or computers, particularly in searching materials online. So first of all is the privacy setting. If you are using Google, go to the Google icon below and hit right click and then go to new incognito window. So new incognito window is basically a private set wherein when using this, all of the things that you searched online basically secured and not stored in the system. So dito po kayo pwede mag-search ng Facebook. If you want, pag naka-incognito na po kayo. So that is one option po for Google. Now if you opt to choose other search engines as Firefox, you can just hit private setting. Now for Google, example, you are already in Google and you already have this account. Now we would like to teach you something about Facebook ID number. So this is basically a series of number which is unique to every account. So even if individuals will be changing their profile names, their pictures, and all details in their account, you will still be able to track them through their Facebook user ID number. So hit first new tab and FB ID lookup. So search lookupid.com. And then go back to your account. So take for example, you are looking for a target. Example, Brigada News Live. So for example, his target is Ama Ito Mo. Please click open link in new tab. Then go to a first account. So as you can see, we have Ama Uto Mo. Click on the name, not just anywhere else in his account, on his profile name. And then go to the URL and then copy everything. Control C. Then go to find Facebook or Facebook lookup ID and Control V. Paste it. And then it will give you his Facebook user ID number for the said account. So you can see it here below. So this is the number of said account. Click on the number and Control C, copy it, go back to the page so that you will be able to verify if this is indeed his account. Now erase everything else and then paste the number after the .com/. Control V. Then hit enter. So when it returns back to the original account, this means that the said number is the number of this account. So Facebook user ID number 10,031,644,03827 is the Facebook user number of Amo Uto Mo. So if ever in the future Ama Uto Mo changes his profile name and then you are not friends with him and you try to search for his profile name but you will find it, once you have his Facebook user ID number, it will always be easier for you to search for his account. The software which allows you to search for photos which are available online. Click new tab and type TinEye, for example. So this is one of the reverse image searches that you can use for photos. So just click TinEye reverse image search. Now if you happen to have a picture which you would like to scan for authenticity, take for example the picture that we have here. You just click send picture and then drag it on TinEye. So basically TinEye will give you a result whether or not said picture is available in their database. So as we can see, the picture that we have and uploaded to TinEye revealed 3 results. So it was available on this website, on this one, on this one. So basically TinEye searches for pictures based on its size, on its visually similar images. So whether or not they are most likely similar. So we can see that if ever our target uploads any picture online, then when we try to upload it on TinEye, and it revealed that it was also available online, so there's a high possibility that they just got the picture in their account through online. So same as goes with. Now I will be teaching you a convenient way in saving a person's Facebook account offline. So even if he has already deleted or deactivated his account, as long as you are able to save his images, then you'll still be able to review. So what you're going to, so you'll just have to scroll down to the subject's account to see everything that he has posted in his timeline. And from there, if you're finished in scrolling everything, you just click Ctrl P that the preview is being loaded. Go to more settings and then hit headers and footers, background and graphics, and then from Snaggy 12 go to save as PDF. So basically everything that you have scrolled inside the account will be saved in a PDF format. So this is to ensure that you are able to capture all of the details in the subject's account. Save it from Hama Utu. Go to desktop, for example, and then save it. So when you go to the desktop, you will see an account under profile name Ama Umutu.